you guys. So while I'm thinking about it, and I have a few minutes, I want to talk to you about something that's super important when it comes to pre-op. So your surgeon, whoever that is, should give you some sort of a list or guideline to follow pre-op diet, things you need to start changing in your life, just regular everyday life stuff, so that it is safe for you to have surgery. So the liver shrinks when you go on a pre-op diet, because it kind of like it's kind of the first thing to shrink, and your liver covers part of your stomach, if not all of it. I think it's just part of it. But anyway, so it's really hard to do the surgery if you don't do the preoperative diet. So you need to do it. You need to follow it step by step, like every little bit. So I have been preparing for that. My pre-op diet isn't until 2 weeks before my surgery. However, I'm starting to kind of already do it just to get in the habit of doing it. My surgeon does allow some, it's not full liquid until 3 days before surgery. They do allow a very lean protein, like a chicken breast, 4 ounces twice a day. Also some cooked vegetables or raw vegetables, just no sugar. So that, and then you can have like your protein and your water and chicken broth and all of those things. So I went to Walmart, good old Walmart, and got some things for my preoperative diet. I think I'll do like a haul video on that, just so that you guys can see, kind of actually see the items. But you need to like follow the nutrition guides that they give you. Like, they're really strict. Let's just be real. They're strict. But it's so important to follow them, because you need your liver to shrink. And my liver's already bigger because I have that liver disease when I'm pregnant. And so my liver's already inflamed. So it's not as inflamed when I'm not pregnant, but it still is a little bit. So I have to like really crack down and do this. I have close to 7 weeks till surgery day. And so I'm trying really hard to be as proactive as possible and just do as much as I can before we get closer to surgery. Because before I know it, it's going to be here. We have the holidays, and then Tim works a couple of weeks, and then it's surgery day. So, it's just crazy. It's going to be here so fast. Like, we've got, holidays are super busy anyway. The beginning of the year is super busy, and then bam, surgery. So I have to get a lot of things done in a short amount of time. Also, I had to order melting vitamins, like meltable ones, or you can get patch ones. You can do chewable, but you have to crush them up and try and like gag them down. And so I'd rather do the melting or the patches. I'm looking into the patches. One of my friends who just had the surgery, in the fall, uses the patches, and she says she loves them. It's like just a vitamin patch that you wear, and they have them for different things. So I'm actually looking into those, because I gag really easily, and so I'm kind of nervous about the melting ones, like the taste of them, as well as chewing them. So but I did get like the things they told me to get, like the stool softener gels, the laxatives. I have to order Gas-X strips, because those are only online. You cannot get them in stores now, which is crazy. I mean, they were so common for so long. But I need to order those. I got like a pill holder thing so that I don't forget to take anything, especially calcium, because I don't want to get like osteoporosis, I think is what it's called. If you don't take your calcium. So I really want to make sure I'm doing that. There's just a lot of little things to consider. Like, this is a big decision, and we have thought through it for quite a while. Especially I have, because it's a lifelong thing. It's permanent. It's not reversible. And that's a big deal to me. So kind of like when I was considering getting my tubal removal, not a ligation, not like where they just tie them. I actually got my tubes removed, and it's non-reversible. And so that is kind of a scary thing. And I remember feeling like my gosh, is this really what I want to do? Like, I was so nervous, and I'm so glad I did it. But because it is such a permanent thing, like, my doctor asked me multiple times. I remember at least 5 times after I had my baby that he asked me if I was sure it was what I wanted to do because it isn't reversible. And I told him yes, you know, and I don't regret it. I think it was the right decision. But it's just funny that he asked so many times. But I'm glad he did. I'm glad that he made me really think about it and really realize that, hey, you can't take this back. And that's kind of how this surgery is for me. Like, I'm really thinking it through because it is not something I can take back. It's happening. It's going to be gone. My stomach will have 80% of it completely removed. So they can't go back in and sew it back together or none of that crap. Like, it is permanent. So if you're considering this surgery, you need to think about that. You need to think about, are you willing to have this be an actual life change and not do this for 30 days or 60 days or whatever and then go back to eating crap. Like, you can't do that. Your body needs nutrients, and you can't eat as much food to get as many vitamins and nutrients, so you have to be willing to supplement and willing to do what it takes post-op. So I've been preparing for post-op. I have a list. I should go over it with you guys, like, in a sit-down video and show you products that I've gotten. But I do have it. I'm starting to kind of already eat that way and prepare for it. There are things like cutting out milk because it has too much sugar. Like, regular milk has too much sugar. So you can get unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk. I went with coconut milk because I'm allergic to almonds. So that was out. What, baby? I need to find his baby. I thought I gave it to you, dude. Here it is. Here. So coconut milk was my way to go. You can get one that's like 2 carbs, 0 sugar, and 0 protein. So it doesn't have your protein, but it has hardly any carbs and no sugar. So that one is safe. And then you add it to like your protein powders and like your, like you use it in place of things. So, I'm going to try it. I've never tried coconut milk, let alone unsweetened coconut milk. But that's what's happening. So I use a protein powder that's awesome. And I'm still waiting to hear back from the coordinator if it's actually okay to use the one I use because I love it so much. So I hope it is. I know it's the right amount of protein and, like calories and carbs and sugars. I know that, but I'm not sure on the, I have to look. I think it has caffeine in it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it does. And I don't think caffeine is technically okay. So I got to figure something else out as far as my protein powder goes. I got some Premier protein shakes because that's a brand they recommend, and I'm going to try them. So I bought some of those today. Guys, I've been running my head off. Like, between work and a teething baby and getting all these things ready, life has been literally insane. But that is okay. It's going to be all worth it, and I'm so excited. So the next video I'm going to do is probably about that, about like what I bought today, what I still have to get, preoperative requirements and things, and stuff they suggest getting, like shaker bottle, you know, like the blender bottles, like that type of stuff. So anyway, that is all for now. I have rambled for 9 minutes, so I'm going to go, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.